So I had my second ceremony 1 night ago, and I never got to make a video because it was just a lot of information that was given to me very quickly. Felt like I needed a lot of time to process, which was, who am I? And this time I added, what prevents me from being my true self. So I did up my dose this time. So instead of having one single small shot glass, I had a medium-sized one-time chug. And I found that the onset time took a little longer. So the first time during my first ceremony, I felt it like within maybe 5 minutes. Felt nausea and all that. This time around, it took maybe half an hour. I even fell asleep. I woke up like literally 30 seconds before the maestros were about to sing to the entire group. So it's like I woke up just in time. This time around it was a little different because I was trying to be a lot more receptive. I had promised myself I was going to let go, I was going to trust, and I wasn't going to hold back or resist. So yeah, that was different. So when the medicine did start taking effect, I felt like I was submerged into the underground. This is gonna sound really weird, but it was just a lot of visuals, a lot of like little beings that weren't really animals. They were just these beings that were dangling from what seemed to be like a multi-dimensional underground layer, cube, ceiling. Yeah, hard to explain in words. And I was just like, I don't get it. Like, what are all these things? So I remember telling Mother Ayahuasca, hey, like I don't get this. Like, what is all this? Eventually, I started feeling like I was sinking into the earth, and I was the earth. And all these little bugs and all these little creatures were walking all over me and using my body as nutrients. It's almost like I was nurturing the earth because I was earth. That was pretty beautiful. A little scary as well because I lost sense of my entire physical body. So like I no longer had a body. I was the earth sustaining all this life, which was nice. However, it was getting really intense. The visuals were just like all over the place. It was too much at once. The Icaros were being sung in the room and it just sounded like a lot was happening. It's like all these sounds in the background and then all these visuals in my head, and I'm sinking and I'm giving life to all these things, or like sustaining life I should say, and I'm no longer a physical body. I'm just something. I'm just earth, I guess. I knew that the maestro was going to come sing to me next, so I sat up. And when I sat up, I didn't feel any better. I was actually sitting cross-legged, and when she came to me, I was just like, yeah, I was just out. It was really awesome when she started singing to me. I think it took about maybe like second song or so. I started feeling something different. Her Icaros were vibrating in me, and I could feel her love. And it was this type of love that I've never felt before. Like, not even from my parents. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it was like a different kind of love. I couldn't really explain it. I started crying because I realized that I've never actually experienced love. I've never been loved that way before, nor have I ever given love that way before. It was just this different kind of love I'd never felt. It was hard to explain. It just made me really sad because I realized, like, wow, I actually don't know love. I was very grateful to her for showing me such feelings I've never felt before. And in a way, I was kind of like giving her love as well back. And I know she could feel it. And I just kept telling her mentally, like, how grateful I was for her showing me this kind of love I never felt before. Thank you. Yeah, extremely grateful. So then when she left, I actually felt a lot better. I was calm. I thought I was back to normal. And I had time, like a good 20 minutes, to just be in my thoughts and process and be like, whoa, what kind of love was that? Why have I not ever felt this before? Where does this love come from? How come we don't know it? How come, where does it come from? And I felt really sad, and I was like, is this why I'm so closed off from the world? Because I don't know this love, and I've never given it, I've never had it. Yeah, that was beautiful. I'm so thankful to her for showing me that kind of love. Then the medicine started taking effect again. So they do say that this comes in waves. I guess this was my second wave. Whoa, second wave was a little stronger than the first. So a little stronger than the first for sure. And again, I laid back down, and again I felt like I was being submerged into the earth. I was losing a sense of my physical self, my identity, if you want to call it that. Yeah, that was kind of rough because you had to kind of let go. And then again, I asked Mother Ayahuasca, like, who am I? What kind of love is this? Like, I just felt what is that? And she showed me who I am. And it was the most beautiful thing ever. You know when they say that you are love, or we are all love? I experienced that, but a whole nother level. I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, you are love, versus knowing it, seeing it, feeling it, remembering. That's what happened to me. All of a sudden, I felt it. I was love. Like, I was love. I'm a yellow orb of light, and this light is all love. And it's so powerful. I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. When I realized what I was, that I'm a woman, I'm nurturing, I'm life, I'm the earth, I'm love, it was just like, because then I felt bad for all the people that have shown me love in my life, and I haven't known how to receive it or how to accept it. It just made me realize that the reason why I've been feeling so lonely and closed off from the world was because I used to give so much of myself before, and when I realized that people would just take advantage of that or hurt me or betray me, I closed myself off from love, from giving love, from receiving love. So yeah, I just closed myself off from the world. Hence the reason I felt so alone, so misunderstood, because I was going against what I really am. Then this interconnectedness with the earth, it's just beyond words. Like, I knew I was everything, and at the same time I knew that all I was love. And as my physical body was just disappearing, and you know, in a sense I was kind of like, holy shit, I'm losing myself. But in the end I was like, no, because I'm love. Love doesn't die. As much as I kept losing pieces of myself, or my identity, or my body, or who I think I am, or thought I was, it didn't matter, because I kept holding on to love, and I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm love. Like, I'm not gonna die. I mean, my physical body might die, but so what? I'm this, like, yellow orb of light, and this yellow orb of light just kept getting bigger and bigger. And if I had let it, it just would have, like, consumed the whole room with love. Kind of like Super Saiyan. Like, huge yellow ball of powerful energy. Yeah. However, no, I'm not even there yet. Yeah, so, you know, I'm losing sense of all this, and I feel my interconnectedness with the earth, like, so connected, like I felt like I was the earth. I am earth. Like, I am made of everything. And this is what I mean by, you know, hearing that, yeah, you're made of stardust, and hearing like, yeah, you're made of love, versus knowing it. Like, I know it now. During that moment, I felt like, hey, I'm supposed to share this with everyone. Like, it felt good almost to be human, and because I knew that being human meant that I could share this with others. Versus when you're just love, you're just love. You can't really share it because you don't have a body, you don't, you know. So I was like, wow, I'm so grateful to be human because I can share this feeling with others. And I think I promised myself that right there and then, that moving forward, I'm going to show love to everyone, regardless how non-deserving they seem to be of it. I mean, we all deserve it because we're all that. We're all love, right? And just even saying the words, we are all love, does not even come close to explaining how powerful it is, and or how powerful we are. I just felt so extremely grateful for remembering what I was, who I was. And then I was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that I forgot who I was. Like, how could I ever forget this? Like, how could I ever forget? And then I promised myself, like, I'll never forget who I am again. Like, never. I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it was the visuals and the singing and just everything and all these realizations. It was just like a lot. It felt very intense. I felt dizzy. I felt like it was too much was being downloaded in my tiny little human brain, that I was like, wow, I can't even process all this right now. Like, it's just too much, right? When El Maestro came to sing to me, I was actually having a really hard time. It was like too much. I was sitting up. I was like, my hands were like gripping my mat, like as if I was gripping the earth, because I felt how connected I was to it, and I was just like gripping it. And I was almost like a cat. I felt like a cat, like a feline of some sort, or an animal of some sort, where I was just like gripping my hands into the earth. And yeah, El Maestro actually had not come to sing to me just yet. He was singing to the person next to me when I was sitting up, because I knew I was next, and I was doing this gripping thing. And when he was singing to the person next to me, my whole body, my arms were like vibrating. So I was just like something about his singing was stirring up the vibrations in my body, and I was just like, I don't know, I felt like I was morphing into something. It felt pretty cool. When he finally came over to me and started singing to me, I was still like doing this, and I was like bowed down, because I was not only grateful, I was like, I had so much love for the maestros and like everybody in the room, and I was like, thank you for letting me remember who I am. I don't ever want to forget. Like, wow, the earth and me and shit, we're all one. It was amazing. And when he started singing to me, though, I felt like it was everything, this feeling of love and this feeling of knowing, yeah, this feeling of knowing. I wanted to bring all this back into this dimension, into my physical body. It's almost like all this love and all this emotion, in order for me to download it into my body, I had to release something. He was singing to me, and I think he knew that I was going through some shit, because I kept telling him, like, please, like, I don't know how much more of this I can take, and he just kept singing to me until eventually I felt like I needed to purge. So I reached over for my bucket and just started throwing up, and I remember tasting the ayahuasca coming back out, and I was like, it's not as tasty when you purge it versus when you drink it. Well, it tastes the same, but I don't mind drinking it. Purging it, it's a little different. Anyways, I remember like letting go of something, and it felt really good. It felt really good to let it go. it was almost like, yeah, cleaned out something in my physical body, and now I can download all this love again and remember, and I'll never forget it, and everybody from now on is just gonna get pure love from me. So yeah, watch out for that. It's funny because I thought that once I threw up I'd feel better, but nah, my body was still like vibrating. I was still gripping the earth. I was still like, holy shit, I don't feel good. I kind of want this to stop now. And I was mentally talking to him, and I was like, hey, maestro, like, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for all the hard work you do. Like, I was just, shit, I've never experienced this kind of gratitude before. And I remember thinking about my partner and how much love he shows me all the time. And I've never been able to accept it. So yeah, I was very grateful for him and my family and all my friends that I always push away. And yet they're still there. So, sorry guys. Sorry for all that. Promise it won't be like that anymore. Anyways, I was also very grateful to my maestro for everything that he does and how he's of service to humanity, helping the earth. It's just so beautiful. But at the same time, I felt like shit. And I think he knew what I was going through because, well, I mean, of course he knew what I was going through. He just kept singing to me, and I was like, holy shit, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I almost felt like I could lose my mind right now. Like, I think I'm gonna go crazy. I really thought I was gonna go crazy. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know why. It's just a lot, and it's too hard to explain in words. I think this is something like everybody has to experience. It's not something I can verbally tell you, hey, I had a vision of this and that. Like, it doesn't really work that way. Everybody's different. And when you start working with this medicine, it's so individual, it's so personal, it's what you need, you know? I felt kind of embarrassed that he was singing to me, and I was like, blah, just puking into my bowl. I remember feeling the bottom of the bowl and how hot it felt, and I was like, wow, like, why is it so hot? And I was like a little embarrassed, and I remember one of the facilitators saying that, you know, when you purge, when a maester's singing to you, it's actually a compliment. So I was like, maybe he's happy I'm doing this, I don't know. So I thought I was done purging, so I put my bucket aside, but I was still gripping the earth because I was like, wow, I'm so grateful, thank you. And I still felt like shit. And the more he sang to me, I felt like there was still something that wanted to come up, like I hadn't fully released yet or something. And then I reached for my bucket again, and I threw up, like, I don't know, stomach acids, I think. And I think that was it. And then I just kept telling him, like, please, like, make this feeling stop. Like, I don't think I can take anymore. Like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, please make it stop. I think he did ground me a lot. He grounded me so much. At the end of every Ikaro, when they sing to you, they blow on your crown. Sometimes they'll blow this special perfume that's used in ritual or ceremonial use. And they'll also blow on your hands. I remember feeling super grounded when he blew on my crown, and it was so cooling, and I was just like, okay, yeah, wow, that feeling of being normal again, kind of normal, not really. And then he blew on my hands as well, and I was just like, thank you, I'm so grateful, thank you. But the feeling didn't stop completely. It didn't stop. I mean, it wasn't as terrible, but I felt like I had so much anxiety, and I couldn't really breathe that well. This was kind of making me panic a little bit. I was still sitting cross-legged, but this time I put my forehead on the floor, and I was just like, stillness. That's all I kept repeating in my head was stillness. I just wanted everything to stop. I just wanted to feel stillness. The stillness you feel in meditation when you're just one with, I don't know, with silence. I just wanted to feel that right there and then. Like, I didn't care about the visuals anymore. I just wanted it to stop. And I felt like breathing into my hands. So I had my hands like this, and I had my head on the floor, and like breathing into my hands felt really cooling, and it felt like it kept grounding me. but never enough to give me full stillness, which drove me crazy. After a while, I felt kind of okay, so I sat up to the end of my mat, lit a mapacho, and I was like, okay. For some reason, when I was trying to find stillness, I kept doing all these mudras. I don't know why. It felt good. So I'd have my hands like this at first. One that really helped me find stillness was this one. I really found stillness in this one. I remember breathing and trying to focus on the sounds of the jungle to kind of regain composure of myself once again. When this is happening, ceremony is like pretty much finished and the maestros are still in the room, but I remember feeling immense love and gratitude, and I just wanted to send them love and energy because I'm like, wow, you guys must be so exhausted after all the amazing work you just did and all the help you just provided for us. Yeah, that was ceremony 2. For some reason, I felt like I couldn't fall asleep. I asked Mother Ayahuasca, hey, like, I'm really tired, can I rest? And I felt like the answer was no, you can't rest until everybody else has found stillness. I don't know why. I had to find stillness within myself so that everybody else would be able to find stillness also. I don't know where all this was coming from. Eventually I did find stillness. And it was beautiful.